to Red Ted Art. Now all these bookmarks are just too cute to eat. We've got our favourite collection of edible bookmarks, from donuts to birthday cakes to cookies and ice cream. So come on, let's take a look and see how they're made. As per usual, we shall need a piece of paper. We shall need some coloured paper for decorating, or you could use pens. Pens, glue stick, a hole punch for decorating, scissors. And yes, we'll get started. So firstly, you need to create your basic bookmark corner. Now, the majority of you know how to make these already, because we have lots of these on the channel. But for those of you that don't, we're going to make it from scratch. So I've created a square by folding this over and cutting it. I'm going to keep this fold and bring this corner up over here. Then I'm going to repeat it on the other side. So you've got like a nice vertical down the center, like so. Open it up, fold one of the two flaps down, and now you need to tuck these in. That was a super quick version of our bookmark corner. Now if that was too fast, either pause the video or you can go to any of my other videos where I try and do it a bit slower. You basically take a glass which is slightly bigger than your paper, or comes up just to the edges, and you trace a circle. And before I do any cutting, you need to open it up again. This is where your glue stick comes into it, and you need to glue it all in place. So I'm going to cut it out now. So you get your penny, get it as central as you can. If you haven't got a penny, find something else that's small and round. So get a black pen and add the outline for your frosting. Now pick a brown or beige or yellowy colour, so whatever flavour your donut is, and colour it in. Now you just take some different coloured pens and add some sprinkles. Isn't it cute? I love donuts. Nom 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 nom. Anyway. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've got some big scissors here as well. I'm going to shape this sort of cone, and to do that I'm going to go to about halfway, maybe a little bit off the halfway, and cut in for the cone. Next I'm going to take my little scissors, because it's a bit easier to cut with these, and I'm going to round off the corners. Now you could at this point start drawing, or like me, create some ice cream shapes. I'll do some little details in a minute. So the next thing I want to do is do my cross hatching for the ice cream cone. So maybe I do an extra. There we go. Get a bit of glue. Now comes the last little bit of detail. I'm just going to cut into here, like so. Make it look a bit more round. Maybe round this off a tiny bit more. There we go. And then you just add some cute little kawaii faces. There you go. Your kawaii ice creams are all but done. So to make our cake, we're going to work on this side. Now remember, when you want to put this in your book, make sure you've got the corner on this side and not on this side. I've made that mistake before. And the first thing we're going to do is just round off the edges a little bit. Next, I want to create the icing for my cake. I've decided that I want to use pink icing, and I want it to go down. So if you imagine that there's thirds, so 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, I want it to go just over 1/3 of my cake. And the easiest way to kind of I'm going to make it a bit longer actually because I'm going to cut wiggles into it. So the easiest way is to just trace it out. So I've actually traced it out at almost halfway so I can get those wiggles in. And I think I'm quite happy with that. I could have made it a bit bigger to be honest, but I think that's fine. I'm also going to cut a strip to go along the middle for like icing in the middle of my cake. So I'm going to make it a bit longer this time. And also icing in the middle of the cake isn't exactly straight, so I'm just going to cut it wiggly. I don't want it, you know, too neat. You can have one straight edge because usually the cake sits neatly on top and one wiggly edge. So I'm going to glue these down now to make my icing. You know what? You know how I make this up as I go along? I want the icing to go a bit lower down. It bothers me. So that's okay. That's what this craft and you learning from me is all about. It's okay to change your mind and kind of want the icing or anything else to go a bit lower. It's fine to have it at that end. I just want it a bit lower down. I kind of think it looks a bit nicer. Let's glue those down. Now I'm going to get some coloured papers, lots of different colours. I've got lots of scraps. I do like saving scraps for this kind of thing. And I'm just going to cut out some little bits, you know, little shapes to make it look like sprinkles. I'm going to stick those down now. I'm going to do like a nice smiley, kind of always change my mind a bit, no, nice big eye this time. I talked to the kids, I asked them what would you like to see on your birthday cake, and they said candles. Now I've got stripy paper here, and the only reason I'm using stripy paper is because it saves me a bit of time. But you can create your own stripy paper by using just, you know, making white candles and then just colouring across. This is the really cute bit, I thought. We're going to get the yellow piece of paper back and we're going to fold it 1, 2, so you get 3 folds. I'm going to make some little flames. I want to put some faces on. Make sure they're all lined up, all the same sort of length. And there you have a super simple birthday cake bookmark that just slides over your book like this. There you go. So the first thing you'll need is some paper. Now I use brown packaging paper and I cut a square. Yep, so you've got your basic shape. Now you need to glue it down so it doesn't come apart. Now you get your glass. Now the important thing about your glass is that it's actually a little bit bigger than your paper, not smaller. And also when you're doing your circle, you'll see I'm overlapping at the top. Okay, so now I've decided to actually decorate this side for a change, because then you've got the whole cookie. First thing I'm going to do is cut out some shoes. Cookie has her shoes. Now we need to do the eyes and the mouth. For that, I'm going to take that small piece of paper. Actually, just put it here. Now for the eyes, I'm going to just start with a circle. You can use like a 5p piece. Can you see that? 5p piece to trace. But you know, I'm doing it freehand right now. I look like an angry cookie. Goes to show how when you just turn things around, how different everything looks. So I'm going to start off now by sticking down the shoes. And there you have your very own cookie bookmark. And when you've got your book open, this is how they fit in. So you have it sitting on the inside of your book. Isn't that lovely? So cute. Now, what's really important, you have to listen to this, is you have to glue down these flaps. The reason being, so I've opened it up again and I'm gluing it down. The reason being is that when we're cutting it into an almost circle, you're kind of destroying some of the structure, if that makes sense. So the bit that keeps it all together, you're kind of loosening it. So by gluing it, you're kind of allowing it to stay together. So now you want to create your circle. Now what you need to do next is cut a white circle and a red circle. Now I have to confess, it did take me a little while to get this kind of sorted and get it all, you know, in the right proportions, and it was a little bit fiddly, and you might want to use a protractor from school, so you know, get some concentric circles, or you might be able to find you know, different shapes and sizes. So this glass, so the outside glass is good for that, the inside is good for that. So a little bit fiddly. Oh, just knocked my camera. Then you get some little black lines for your seeds. Maybe one more. And then you cut it in half. The reason you have to cut it in half is because obviously your book still needs to go in, doesn't it? So I'm going to stick the top one on. And there you have your corner bookmark, okay? So just to show you what it looks like when it's on a piece of paper. That looks really cute, doesn't it? Now, with this one, you know, I said there's two different ways. So with this one, I did a red corner bookmark. I cut it off, you know, did exactly the same. And then instead of sticking the inside in, I kind of stuck an arch on. But I found it much trickier to cut this arch out than I found cutting these circles out. But it does actually look very neat and very nice. So I do like it. It's just, it's a bit different. It's also slightly bigger. And then with these ones, and you can apply the same principle to your corner bookmarks. Basically, I just did an orange. And here I just did yellow. And then I painted on a rim, and I painted on some seeds. So this is a slightly different technique because we haven't used paints on our bookmarks before. So if you wanted to do the lemon and the orange, you basically add some paint. So here's just some white and yellow paint and some little lines, and here's some orange paint. And that's how you do those. So here you have 3 different fruity bookmarks for summer. I really hope you like them. I think they're really super cute. Don't forget to subscribe. We'd love to see you again on Red Till Art again soon. And please, please, please tell all your friends. Anyway, big thumbs up, comments. Let me know what you'd like to see again soon. And yeah, see you here on Red Till Art. Bye.